All right, I am back. Am I supposed to record like this so that it won't have the black bars, or like this? I don't ever record things on my phone. I don't know. I will see. I'm gonna do it this way. Okay. Oh, a couple more things before I talk about the Candlelight Vigil last night. Tyka was pretty freely walking around, talking to people, shaking hands, kissing babies.
Turn left toward Regional Center Road, then turn right onto Regional Center Road.
Is this Regional Center Road? I don't know. She came during our meal or break time.
Turn right onto Regional Center Road, then turn right onto Prairie Center Drive.
During our break time, she came in and sat at the table right in front of me and, you know, ate her pimp.
Turn right onto Prairie Center Drive.
He looks like a pimp. Her husband and her son, I think his name is President.
Continue on Prairie Center Drive for 3/4 of a mile.
They all sat down, you know, eating, chilling, just being a family, really. Nobody pretty much bothered them. They sat down next to some people and they were talking to them too while they were sitting there, and you know, that was it. So she was pretty freely walking around. They did have like a section, you know, VIP section in the back of the sound room where they were watching things and, you know, just being, I guess. But they, you know, seemed to be nice. I didn't really want to bother her. I probably won't, but seemed, you know, nice as far as I could see. And God, there was something else I was gonna tell y'all. It wasn't about Tyka. I can't remember what it was. It'll probably come back to me. But so after that, went back to the hotel, chilled out.
In a 1/4 mile, use the left 2 lanes to turn left onto the US 212 West, Minnesota 5 West ramp.
To change into something a little bit warm because it is for real cold at night. Even in the morning, like right now, it's cold. Changed and then went to the park, Lake Ann Park. That's the park, and I don't know if y'all know, but this is the park that there's a path right in front of Paisley Park that goes under a tunnel and eventually connects around to the park. And he was seen walking in that area to that park often, or riding his bike. So literally walking the path that he has ridden on before. So that's where we met for the Candlelight Vigil. I have a lot of video from that, but it's kind of scattered all over the place. Am I supposed to be turning? Oh. I don't want to. The mayor was there, so the mayor Chanhassen was there. Very nice. He did a couple things to make sure that we were even able to do the.
In 1,000 feet, merge onto US 212 East.
To make sure we were even able to do. Okay, I'm gonna stop. He did a couple things to make sure we were even able to do the Candlelight Vigil. The tunnels, people brought, what are they called? Those luminary bags, where there's a candle on the inside. Those kind of lit up the tunnels. Hey guys, the light's not turning, so y'all need to just go. Right? Like, that's what we do in Atlanta. Oh, well shit. I'm not waiting for this. Is this how this goes up here? Like, you wait a long time? I guess so, because it took her forever too. Well, I'm not doing that, so it turned green. Candles and the luminary bags, that's what they're called, lighting the way under the tunnel to where all of the signatures in the right.
Continue on US 212 East for 3/4 of a mile.
That people have written to prints are inside that tunnel. So that's where we were for the Candlelight Vigil, and we ended up walking all the way up to Paisley Park on the other side of the street on Audubon Road. And we didn't know it at the time, but Prince actually owns that property too. And then the mayor said 200 more acres somewhere down the road that he's guessing will probably be developed. He's not sure, but that's his guess. Mayor spoke. I won't, like, I guess repeat too much of it because I can post the video, but he just basically said, you know, they knew that Prince was their resident, or that Prince was their neighbor, but they gave him his distance and his...
In a quarter mile, take the I-494 North, Minnesota 5 exit.
I-495 North. They gave him his privacy and his space to just be a regular person there, and it didn't bother him too much, but it was still, you know, of course...
Take the I-494 North exit.
To have lost, like, this international superstar who just also happens
in a quarter mile, take exit 11C for US 212 West, Minnesota 5 West.
US something C, okay. But yeah, I have that whole video of him talking. That he talked for 20 minutes though. We're standing out in the cold with candles, and it was very nice. It was very touching. Some people also gave us little gifts and things. I'll post pictures of those, but very nice, very heartbreaking to be outside.
Take exit 11C.
Paisley Park at that time where, you know, according to most reports, even though the official time of death...
In 1.5 miles, use the right 2 lanes to take the Minnesota 5 West, Arboretum Boulevard West exit.
Okay. Even though what was officially pronounced deceased at like 10 something that morning, to know that around that time that we were there possibly was already some type of distress, like that felt really uneasy for me, just being there at that particular time. But it was still a beautiful tribute and sweet and kind for the mayor to make sure that we were able to do it. So that's all I did yesterday. Well, not all I did, as if that was nothing, but that's what I did yesterday. I'm gonna try to edit down the video of the mayor and some of the videos that I have from the Candlelight Vigil, because obviously we can't record in Paisley Park. There's none of that's gonna be posted. But there is a picture online that Steve Parks took. I'm assuming that he had permission to take it, of just, it looks like he's somewhere up in the rafters, because it's like an overhead shot of the celebration. So it's somewhere on Facebook. If I can find it, save it, and put it on here, I will. But it's just inside the sound room. So it's us sitting in the audience and inside the sound room.
In a half mile, use the right 2 lanes to take the Minnesota 5 West, Arboretum Boulevard West exit.
GPS was talking. I don't know if y'all can hear the GPS talking, but sometimes if I'm silent, it's because I'm listening to the GPS. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I will post pictures.
Use the right 2 lanes to take the Minnesota 5 West exit.
If y'all like me doing like the videos as opposed to reading,
continue on Minnesota 5 West for 7 miles.
I don't know how much editing of them I can do, so they may be long, but if y'all don't mind that, then I'll do them this way, or if I can type some stuff out, I'll do that too. Just let me know. Like I said, I am the morning session this morning, so it's 8:13 right now. I have to hurry up and get back to the hotel and get changed so I can be there, and I'm trying to be there earlier to make sure I can get my picture on the fence, on the commemorative fence, because apparently they're taking it down after today, which I'm glad somebody told me, because I thought I was gonna have up until Sunday to do it. So I'm on my way back to the hotel, gonna get dressed, gotta be there at 11, probably want to be there at 10. I'll take some pictures of the commemorative fence, because we do have permission to take pictures outside of Paisley Park. It's just that once you step right there in that atrium, they're like, give me that cell phone. And they put it in these little bags that lock, and they give the bags back to you. My dumb behind, I'm like, how are they gonna prevent people from taking pictures if they give you the phone back? I didn't know that the bag was like locked, some kind of metal like clasp that doesn't come undone until you get back up there and they touch it on this other little metal thing. Anyway, it's interesting, but they're serious about that, and I understand why. You know, I wouldn't disrespect that policy even if I could. So yeah, that's the end of the video. I will see you guys later.